We have a 45-minute full body flow today, so the focus is to feel good in our body by moving well and by connecting through our muscles and through our joints to help support them, help offload your joints, and feel really good by the end of class. So we're gonna start with our warm-up. Take your legs wider than your hips. Bend your knees just a little bit. That way you're not straightening out through your legs too much where you're getting too much extension or too much stress through the back of your knees. So a slight bend. Reach your arm up and overhead. Slide your opposite arm down the side of your leg. As you reach up, think about lifting your hand up towards the ceiling and then reaching over. And then lift all the way back up. Same thing now, but on the other side. Scoop and reach your arm up towards the ceiling. Slide that arm down your leg so you're getting that stretch. And lift all the way back up. One more time on each side. So this helps to give you a nice stretch through the side of your waistline and through your back. And lift all the way back up. One more time on the other side. Reaching up and over. And lift all the way back up. So now just stack your arms on top of each other, high knees, alternating right and left. So that way you're focusing about supporting your trunk by engaging your tummy muscles, pressing through that standing leg. Using your breath to help you with this movement. And reach. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your legs just a little bit wider than your hips. Lower down into a squat, hands in prayer, and then press your arms so you're opening up your chest, palms face back. And again, lower and lift. Taking it down and up. Knees stay right over your ankles. Pressing through both of your feet here as you lower and lift. Down and up. And press. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more here. 2, on this last one, stay low in your squat. Little baby pulses, keeping the chest open. Think about rooting through your feet. So you're engaging through your heels. Again, keeping that chest open for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to stand. Walk over to the side of your mat. Step tap from one side to the other. You don't have to reach all the way over to one side and then the other. You can make it a little bit smaller. You want to make sure hip, knee, and ankle stay over each other as you shift your weight from one side to the next. You can kind of swing your arms with this if you'd like. It's up to you. Just warming up our body and connecting into our muscles. Just giving ourselves that permission to focus on ourselves, focus on our health, and to focus on your breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now come up to stand, turn to face the side. One leg forward, one leg back. You're in a lunge. Hips are level. Your back leg is straight. Take your hands behind your head to start. You're gonna lean it forward. So leaning forward for 2, and then think lift up for 2. So you're going at this steady pace and lift and press. That way you're lengthening through your spine. You're not rounding through your back at all. You're using your tummy muscles to help support your low back here. Again, reach it forward and up. And again, reach and lift. And up, 2 more. This is 2. And lift. Last one. Now take your arms down by your sides. Bend your back knee. So you're lowering into the lunge. You can reach your arms to shoulder height and then come all the way back up. Lower and lift. You can always keep this lunge smaller to protect your knees, or you can also hold on to the back of a chair or a countertop for support as you lower and lift. Six more here. Engaging through your hips and your glutes. 2. Last one, stay halfway down, pulse it out. Again, keep that chest open, keep that back heel lifted for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Palms are gonna sweep back as you bring your knee in and then reach out. So going into scooter presses, your front knee stays over your ankle. That way you're stabilizing through that standing leg. You can always take this a little bit faster. If you want to pick up that heart rate, be careful that the shoulders are not rounding forward. You want to think open chest to help focus on correcting your posture here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your feet together, reach up and overhead, nice big inhale. Exhale to release your arms back down. Same thing now, but on the other side. Bending your knees, so you're in that mini squat position. Extend your leg back. Keep that heel lifted, hips are nice and level. Hands behind your head. Take it forward for 2 and lift it up for 2. So as you lift on up, think about pressing through your heel. So you're actively working the muscles around your thigh to help support your body when it comes to stabilizing and helping to strengthen your knee here. Reach and lift. Again, lower and lift. Four more. 3, 2. On this last one, you're gonna lift it on up, keep the chest open, reach your arms down by your sides, bend your back knee, go into the lunge and lift on up. Remember, you can lower down to that challenging point for you. Again, lower and lift. Total body movement. So you're feeling mainly your lower body working, but at the same time, if you're focusing on keeping your chest open, back muscles are gonna engage. And press. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stay halfway down. Little pulses here, little presses. Keeping the chest open. Think about keeping that back heel lifted for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now stay low here. Flip your palms. Sweep them back as you bring your knee in and then reach forward. So a little chest expansion as you go into your scooter press. Taking it back and forward. Again, reach. Keep thinking about lengthening through the crown of your head. Keep pressing through your foot here. So that way your arch is slightly lifted. 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now step your leg back, turn. So you're going into that plie squat. Hands come behind your head. You're gonna bend through your waistline. So you're lifting up and over. Come back to center. Again, lift up and over to the other side. Now again, we're gonna repeat this, but reach your arm, open up towards the ceiling, and then towards the floor. Come back to center. Same thing, but on the other side. So bending from your waistline, expanding through your arms, and back in. And again, bend and reach and lift, bend and extend. See if you can sit a little bit lower in your legs and lengthen. One more. Reach. Now we're going to combine some moves. So next movement, bend from your waist, expand your arms, lift and bring it back up. One more time on the other side, and reach and lift. Now turn to the side, go into your lunge with your hands behind your head, lower down and come back through center. Same thing, bending from your waistline, reach, extend and lift, press. Now go into the lunge on the opposite side. So turning, lifting that back heel, lower and lift. Come back through center. So you're pivoting on the ball of your foot. Sit low in that plie squat. Again, reaching up and over, expand and lift. Again, reach and expand. Going into your lunge, again, rotating to the opposite side, lower down and up and rotate. And again, reach, extend and lift, lifting up and over. Come all the way up, turn to the opposite side, lower and lift here, come back through center. And now stay in your plie squat, little pulses here. Hands can be on your hips. Or you can take your arms and reach them out to the sides. It's up to you. Little pulses, so you should feel your thighs and your glutes engaging. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now come up to a full stand here. You can grab your weights if you'd like. So reach down, grab your weights, come back into that plie squat, lower down, take your arms out to the side and lift. Keeping that chest nice and open. You're working through your shoulders, you're working through your back now a little bit more, along with your hips and your thighs. Lower and lift. Think about equal weight through both of your legs here. And press. 5 more. 3, 2. On this last one, bend through your knees. Bring your arms forward for bicep curls. You're just lifting up and down. You can always turn your head from side to side to make sure you're not putting any extra tension through your neck. Again, lift and lower. See if you can sit a little bit lower here. And reach for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we have punches up towards the sky. So curl your arms in, rotate palms to face in, alternate one arm and the next. You can add a little press through your legs, or you can stay in that second position. It's up to you. Focusing on how strong you're becoming with this movement. Feel the connection through your shoulders and your back here. And lift. Press and reach. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low here. Palms face in so they face each other. Hammer curls. Lifting up and down. Again, you can straighten and lower with this movement. Focus on keeping the chest open. So not letting the shoulders round forward, but really opening up through your chest here as you lift and lower. This is 6, 5, 4 more. Now sit halfway down, keep the chest open, going into a little external rotation through your shoulders. This should feel really good. You want to be careful that you're not trying to force this movement. This movement really starts through your back muscles, so around your shoulder blades and through the underneath area of your shoulders, so think armpit area, and reach. Sit a little bit lower. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, keep your arms open here. Pulse the legs, little presses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay low here again. You got this. One more move. Curl and lower. So think hammer curls. You're just having your arms out in this external rotated position. So a little external rotation as you lift and lower. Find the length through the crown of your head. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more here. 2, last one, and come all the way back up. Take your weights, just place them out to the side for now, and then stand at the back edge of your mat. Legs underneath your hips, reach the arms overhead, nice big inhale. Exhale, you can roll it on down, think one vertebrae at a time, or you can also walk your hands down your thighs in a neutral smile position. It's up to you. So finding the length through your back and just hold it here. Reaching your arms down towards the mat. One more breath. And then walk your hands out to a plank position. So you can always go into a half plank where you lower your knees down. It's up to you. Or go into your full plank and hold it here, pressing away from the mat. If your wrists start to hurt, you can always lower down onto your forearms. So engaging your glutes slightly, keep pressing away from the mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your hips up nice and high into downward dog. So pressing your heels down, lifting your hips and just finding the length through the back of your legs. So if your hamstrings are tight, you can lift your heels up and bend through your knees. And the goal is to try to lengthen through your legs and lift the hips so you're getting that nice inversion in. They always say downward dog is supposed to be a rest pose, but I find it so active because you're having to focus on engaging through your back. You're engaging through your tummy slightly. And most people, their hamstrings are really tight. So you're gonna have a sensation through the back of your legs, a nice stretch. A couple more breaths here. And now lower down onto your knees. You have cat-cow, because I always love a good cat-cow. So shoulders right over your wrists, hips over your knees, rounding through your spine as little or as much as you'd like, and then moving through extension. So you're finding the length in your spine, opening up the chest, and again, moving through the opposite direction, rounding through your back, and then lengthen to open. And again, round and lift. And extend. And again, drawing that rib cage in and together as you round and lift and extend. One more each way. And press to open. And now we're gonna find our half plank. So everyone's gonna do this together. Shift your weight forward so your hips are in line with the rest of your body. Take your arms a little bit wider than your shoulders. Lower down into a push-up position here. So you're gonna lower down and up. And it's okay if you wanna do just a half bend, and then walk your hands back in. So your hands are underneath your shoulders. You're gonna bend from your elbows, send your hips back, lower your forearms down on the mat, and then press to lift all the way back up. And as you do that, send your hips forward so you're back in that half plank position. So walk your hands out, push up either all the way down towards the mat or just halfway down, lower and lift, walk your hands back in. And now you're sending your hips back. Really focus on your arms are the ones that are driving this movement. So that way your hips just naturally send their way back based on the movement of your arms. Okay, walking those arms out again, lower and lift, down and up. Walk your hands back in. Now lower your forearms down, keep the chest open so you're activating your back muscles, and then the hips just naturally move back. Bring it all the way back up again, send the hips forward. Walk your hands out, and again, lower and lift, down and up. Walk your hands back in. Now lower down onto your forearms, send your hips back, and then lift. Walk the arms out again, and again, lower and lift. So this is a great way to build upper body strength, to focus on building the strength through your trunk and your arms to help you with your planks. And again, taking it back out again, lower down and up, walk it in, and again, lower and lift. 3 more. Walking the hands out, lower and lift. Taking it slow too gives you the time to focus on your form and finding the tension through the movement. Walking your hands out. This is 2. And then lower back down and up. Walking your hands out again, lowering down and up. Last one, press your feet into the mat, lower and lift. Now just reach back into child's pose. Separate your knees, walk your arms forward, releasing your neck here. You can walk your hands over to the side, so you're getting that side stretch through your waistline. And then walk it on over to the opposite side. And come back through center. Find your all fours position. So if your wrists and your knees are super tender and you prefer not to be on all fours, you can always come up to standing at this point. Otherwise, take your forearm down on the mat and you're gonna turn your chest a little bit to the diagonal. Hip is over your knee. Extend your leg, keep it parallel to start. Lift and lower. So keep drawing belly bend to spine as you work through your hips and your glutes here. And again, lift and lower, reach. And press. For 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, keep your leg lifted, open up through your hips now. So you're going into a little bit of that external rotation. Your knee is going a little bit more towards the ceiling. Tap your foot down on the mat so you're reaching towards that diagonal corner edge of your mat, and then lift back up. Lower and lift. So you're working into the outside of your hip and your glute just a little bit more. Reach and press. This is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more here. Keep finding the length through your leg. Keep the leg lifted. Bend the knee in and out. Nice big inhale and exhale. You should feel your upper body engage as well as your lower body. Again, in and out. Try to stay nice and steady through your opposite hip for 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, keep your leg extended. Last move, little pulses up, little presses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back down. Shift your weight back into child's pose so you can offload your hips. 2 more deep breaths here. And then come back up to all fours. We have the same thing on the other side. So I'm just gonna turn to face the opposite direction. Lower it down onto that forearm. Make sure your hips are nice and level. Extend your leg, tap and lift. So your opposite arm is slightly bent here as you lower and lift. Working through your hip, trying to keep your legs straight so that way you're engaging through the front of your thigh as well as your glute. And press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lift your leg up, open up through your hips so you're rotating naturally through your hip, lower and lift through your leg. So now you're working through the outside of your hip, keeping that chest nice and open as you lower and lift. And press. You got this. 8 more. Keep drawing belly bend to spine. Try not to push out through your opposite hip. 3 more. 3, 2. On this last one, keep your leg lifted. Bend the knee in towards your elbow and then extend nice and long. So you want to feel the stretch through your leg. Think of someone pulling on your foot and lengthening your leg as you reach it back. And press. 5 more here. 4, 3, 2. On this last one, keep your leg nice and long. Hold it there. Tiny pulses up. Little movement. Keep engaging through the front of your thigh here. And press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring it all the way in. Reach back into that child's pose. Sending your knees out to the corners. Releasing through your hips here. One more breath. And you can roll it back up. So grab your weights and make sure that there's one on either side of the mat. You can also do this without the weights if you prefer. Lie down on your back. Grab your weights and place them in your hands. Now take your arms out to the sides. Keep your elbows slightly rounded for hug a tree arms. Bring them in and out. So you're keeping the chest open. Tailbone is heavy as you take your arms in and out. Be careful that you're not letting the shoulders round forward. You still want to keep the chest open and maintain that neutral spine. And press. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. On this last one, keep your arms lifted, bring your elbows in, and then press up towards the ceiling. If you want to add a bridge, you're more than welcome to. Bend and then lift the hips on up, down and up. So you're pressing through both heels evenly, working through your hips and your glutes at the same time. Again, lower and lift. Six more here. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Walk your feet out towards the corner edges of your mat so you have a little external rotation from your hips. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. You can either keep your arms separated or you can glue the weights together. It's up to you. Bend your elbows. So you're bringing the weights back towards your head. Be nice and careful. And then extend. Bend and extend. So you're working through the back of your arms here as well as your shoulders. Now, if you want to add a bridge, you can also lift the hips. If you really want to add a bridge, but you feel like it's just a little bit too much with the weights, you can always place the weights down and do the movement with the arms, just without the weights, as you lift your hips. Press to lift and lower. Six more here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and then lower all the way down. Place the weights out to the side. We're going into spinal articulation next. If rolling through your spine or flexion doesn't feel good, you can always just stay with bridges where you lift your hips up as one unit and lower back down. Otherwise, you can go into spinal articulation. And what this means is you're going to start by inhaling through your nose. Let your belly expand a little bit and then exhale, breathe it out. Start to curl the pelvis under, roll it on up. Think 1 vertebrae at a time, keeping your chest open as you lift your hips on up nice and high. Feel the length through the front of your thighs and through your waistline. Hold it here. Inhale, and then exhale, peel it all the way back down. So think you're rolling down between the shoulder blades. Keep that chest open. That's the tough part. Now through your mid back, through your low back, and then your tailbone releases, and then you have your neutral spine. So if you finished a little bit earlier, that's fine. It may also have to do with the length of your torso too, and control with the movement. So big inhale, exhale, curl the pelvis under. Feel that rib cage connect. Roll it all the way up. Nice big inhale at the top. Hold it here, keep the hips level. And then exhale, peel it on down. Make sure you're pressing through your feet evenly. You're not trying to roll your feet out or in. Finding the length through your spine, and then release. 2 more. Nice big inhale. Exhale, curl that pelvis under, drawing the rib cage in and together, rolling it all the way up towards the top. Nice big inhale. Again, exhale, peel it all the way back down, keeping that chest nice and open. And release. 1 more. Nice big inhale. Exhale, breathe it out. Roll it all the way on up. Inhale at the top, and then exhale, peel it on down. Think 1 vertebrae at a time. And release. Nice work. So now taking your right leg into tabletop to start. Take your left leg to match it. We have alternating toe taps. Reaching your right leg down and lift, and then opposite side. Keeping the hips nice and heavy. If you want to take your arms forward and lift your chest for a little bit more of a challenge, you're more than welcome to. You can also keep your hands behind your head here as you lower and lift. Engaging those tummy muscles and reach. You have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Take your legs up towards the ceiling. You can either flex your feet or you can point your feet. Lower your legs down to where you find that challenging point of your abs engaging. And now just slowly scissor kick your legs. Small movement. So you're only taking one foot past the other by about 4 to 6 inches. Lengthen through the front of your thighs. You can always raise those shoulder blades off the mat and press. Keeping that chest nice and open and reach. This is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, almost there, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and hug it in. I went to my slow counting, and I know that's a favorite of everyone, so nice work. Just hug the knees into your chest, and then you can roll it on up. Come up to a nice seated position. Going into a forearm plank, just to finish out our ab series here. Lower down onto your forearms. You can go into a half plank position or a full plank and hold it here. Press through your heels. Keep the hips nice and level. Focus on your breath. And press away from the mat. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. So now rotate your palms down so you're in the Sphinx pose. Open up the chest, you get that nice extension in. You can engage your glutes a little bit. Try not to over grip. You don't want to add any stress to that low back. Press away from the mat. And then you can turn your head over your right shoulder and then come back to center. Same thing on the other side. And again, rotating over to the right. And now left. And then you can slowly walk your chest down towards the mat. Take your arms out to cactus. Press your feet into the mat so they don't go anywhere. Lift your chest up and then all the way back down. Going into a little bit more spinal extension. Engaging through your hips, engaging through your glutes here. Again, lift and lower. And press. And up. 5 more. 3 more. 3, 2. Last one, take your hands on the mat just underneath your shoulders. Lift halfway up into cobra and then lower back down. If you want to come up a little bit higher, you can always straighten out your arms. Open up your chest so that way you're not collapsing through your shoulders. You want to lift a press all the way up and then you can lower all the way down. Otherwise, you can lift up halfway. That's a little bit too high, but halfway into cobra and then lower back down. Get a nice big exhale, coming all the way up, or you can lower halfway into cobra and lower. And take it back down. 3 more here. Engaging those glutes just a tiny bit. 1 more here. And then lift a press up to come up to all 4s. And now just wag your tail a little bit. So wagging your hips from side to side to get a nice gentle release. Step one leg through, tuck your toes under, reach into a runner's lunge position. So knee is over your ankle, back leg is lengthening. You can do fists into the mat, you can do web fingers, or you can lower your hands down onto the mat. It's up to you. Walk your back foot in, turn your toes out slightly towards that diagonal corner. As you reach forward, keep the hips lifted and then lengthen to reach forward to get the stretch through your hamstring. Keep your hand down on the mat. Take your opposite arm, lift to add a little rotation here so you're opening up your chest. You can always bend your knee, walk your hand onto your calf so you get a little bit of that rotation in without overworking your hamstring if it's super tight. One more breath. And then you can take it back down. Bring your feet together in a forward fold. So lift the hips up high and then just fold your body in half a little bit more. You should feel that difference through your legs. So one side should be a little bit tighter than the other, and that's okay. We're about to do the other side. So go into runner's lunge on the opposite side, taking your leg back, keeping that knee over your ankle, and just hold it here. Draw the belly button towards your spine. Now straighten out your front leg, turn your back foot so your whole leg starting from your hip is going towards that diagonal line, and just fold your body in half a little bit. You can also bend your front knee to offload pressure through the back of your knee here. And just relax into this. Now take your hand, reach it up towards the ceiling so you're getting that rotation in. You can also bend the front knee. You can walk your hand up towards your calf or towards your thigh to get that rotation in through your spine. And then reach it all the way back down. Bring your legs together again in your forward fold, and you should feel a little bit more even through your hamstrings. Through the back of your legs here. Keep lifting your hips up. Keep folding your body in half and bend your knees, roll it on up. One vertebrae at a time, or you can walk your hands up your thighs in that neutral spinal position. Reach your arms overhead and then release all the way back down. Nice work. I hope you enjoyed class, and I will see you next time. Bye.